Hi, I'm Nytasha Sowers. I'm with the Friends of McDonald School. We're in Seattle, Washington. And this is Kathleen Ellsbury, Barbara Reid, and Rick Mohler. I was the project coordinator for the first phase of Friends of McDonald School. Kathleen is now the project coordinator for the second phase of our improvement project. Barbara Reid has been our pledge drive extraordinaire, done an amazing job. Rick Mohler did an incredible job with our seating amenities at the playground. He took the very old, weathered, going back to nature benches and picnic tables and brought them back to life. And this is a core of our steering committee, which was over 15 people from the neighborhood who came together to make a difference and basically revitalize the playground, the playfields.
The school has not been used since 1982. It's an interim school, and it's quite run down. The paint is peeling on it. The play equipment turned out to be substandard in about 23 different ways, and the school informed us that it would be taken down. They had to take it down. The school grounds were occasionally being used for
unsavory activities.
Unsavory activities, yeah. The school was very important to the neighborhood because it's a wide open space where there's pavement. Kids rode bikes there. Parents came and kids used the substandard equipment.
In addition, that it's really the only playground that's within walking distance, at least easy walking distance, of the neighborhood. And in the past 5 years, there's been a resurgence in the number of children in the neighborhood. So I think that has something. There's just a lot more kids around now than there were before, and it was seen as an increasingly important resource to have in the neighborhood.
We're in a very urban environment, and people's backyards are not very large at all, and so the kids play in the street. You'll see basketball hoops on intersections, so there's not a lot of open space. And as Rick said, trying to find a place to get to without driving to it, you're basically driving to Green Lake or to other places to get somewhere where you can actually play if you're not in your front yard. And it was also, the McDonald School property had become more of a magnet for, as Rick was saying, unsavory activities, but there was a lot of graffiti. I personally found a syringe. There was, during cleanups, other syringes found. It was a dumping ground. It was a property, just 2 acres of open space, and it was lightly used, and it was seen by many as a kind of, not the most attractive place to go to recreate. Since we've done the first phase of the project and put in the new seating amenities and the new play structure, a new basketball hoop, we've done some great murals. We've seen it become a place where people are going and meeting each other. And at the Fun Fest we had, which was kind of our grand opening for the project, we had over 200 people. We had a ton of kids. People come from blocks and blocks away. And since then, it's just gotten a lot more use. And it's been great because, a lot of us didn't know each other before the project started. And just, oh, what street do you live on? So it's become kind of a community meeting place for our neighborhood.
We did that by putting a sign up on the playground.
Yeah, and come to this meeting. We want to try to make this
probably had 10 people for the first meeting.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And so that effort, I drafted a grant, and we applied for a grant. We didn't get it the first time, but we decided we'd try again. And so we got more people involved, and we had a bigger steering committee, and we did more outreach, and we filled another application out with the City of Seattle Block Grant Program. And this time we were successful, and we got the grant, and we had a series of community workshops. We did a tremendous pledge drive, and it was a really good way to get the word out, one, that this was a resource to use, and also just to bring, first it was 10, then it was 30, then it was 50, then it was 100, then it was 200. Now we have a mailing list of about 300 people who know about and are, have participated, given time and or money, some cases quite a bit of time and quite a bit of money, to help make this property into a kind of a community open space, what we might call an informal pocket park.
And I looked at the census figures, the the 4 census block groups that are closest to the school have 3,000 people. That means we have about 10% of the immediate neighborhood involved in this project somehow.
2 years in a row now we've had a 4th of July parade. And it's a very simple thing. Everybody comes up at 9 o'clock and we go once around the block and we eat cake and we have lemonade.
Well, and make noise.
And we make as much noise as we can.
So it wakes up anyone who's not awake at 9 o'clock on 4th of July.
But it's good noise.
It's sinful to sleep
A lot of people in their bathrobes and coffee on their porches watching the parade go by.
I would say that doing this project has been it's been inspiring in terms of seeing the work and the dedication of the people involved, and how we've sometimes put aside our personal opinions for, I guess, quote, the greater good. It's been very rewarding in terms of making something happen, seeing that there was an opportunity, and having an idea of we can make this a better place.
I moved here. My husband and I moved here. We're retired 2.5 years ago. So it was a great way for me to get to know people in the neighborhood and to get to know people of different ages too.
Yes, this has been somewhat of a rehabilitation program for myself, because I was struggling to recover from this sudden loss of my husband almost 4 years ago, and I retired 2 years ago, and I couldn't turn down a chance to get involved in my neighborhood and get to know more people.
The other thing that really impressed me was, at times I think many of us, myself included, forgot that the whole reason we were doing this exercise actually was in part to make the playground better, but also as a vehicle to just build neighborhood cohesion. And there were some issues like the color of the play structure that it was amazing how many opinions people will have about the color of the play structure, something that they probably wouldn't give a second thought until you ask them for their opinion. And the kind of ongoing debate. And I was just really impressed to see, for example, the patience that Nytasha would display, just kind of mediating these intense debates over whether a slide was going to be blue or green, or whether the supports were going to be red or yellow. And so it's just very impressive to me to see that in the end it's really not about being right or wrong or getting your way. It's about everybody getting along and building a better place to live.
Because everyone's had a part. I mean, they go over to the playground and my dad helped build it, or oh, we gave money, or we helped with this, or oh, we want to be more involved in the next phase. So it's a real community effort. I would just say if anybody sees this who's considering making a change or an improvement in your neighborhood, go for it. And it's great to see people come out to help. And you might be surprised who will come out and help you, but get the word out, and it's not only will you get something done, but you'll build a community in the process, as Rick was saying. So you'll have rewards on many levels.